everybody, I am Rabbit and welcome to another episode in my questions and answers series. I believe this is episode number 6 and I am beyond excited to be filming another one of these for you all. And there's not really a reason in particular why I haven't been filming these as frequently as I once did. I have just been a busy bee, but I hope you guys are as excited as I am to get this going. So I actually have 2 quick things that I want to mention before we get started with the 3 questions that I've selected for today's episode. The first thing is that, as you can tell, I'm still trying to find a suitable recording spot. I feel like even though we have been living in this new home for like 2 months now, I just don't feel like we're fully unpacked or all of our rooms are fully situated to where I am comfortable recording in front of the backgrounds that we have going on. So you'll just have to be a little bit patient with me still as I continue to experiment in different rooms, and our office is still a little bit of a shit show compared to our previous office in our former apartment. So it's driving me crazy, but we will get there eventually. The second thing that I wanted to mention is that I recently opened an Instagram account because I know quite a few of you have been encouraging me to put myself out there a little bit more. I mean, my Facebook page pretty much has exclusively been just to announce when I have recorded more episodes of something or if I'm going out of town for something related to work. But I did want to share more of my life with you guys in a much more casual and informal way, so you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and I will provide all links in the description box below as usual, and I will do my best to post more fun things there, just pictures of myself and my life or random things that I find that amuse me and I think to share with you guys, so you can check me out there. Okay. Announcements are done. Let's go ahead and get started with question number 1. So our first question asks, Rabbit, what is your absolute favorite food? And let me see. I get asked this a lot, and I don't know why it always catches me off guard, even given how frequently I hear this question. I feel as though when it comes to a favorite food, what people are thinking of is, if you were stuck only eating one food for the rest of your life, what would that be? So looking at it that way, it would be a tie for me between either a nice deep dish veggie pizza or something like basil fried rice with tofu. When prepared properly, those 2 dishes are just phenomenal. Okay, question number 2 asks, Rabbit, if you had to be a part of any sort of video game, what would that look like? I've actually sat here for about a minute thinking about this. Again, similarly to my answer to question number 1, I feel as though it's a tie for me as to what 2 variations of games that I would be involved in. So, first of all, my absolute favorite genre of video games would be RPGs. So, a part of me wants to say I would immediately be in an RPG, sign me up, but at the same time, I love life simulators or farm simulators, so thinking about something like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, I get equal enjoyment out of the 2 genres. So I would be in one of the 2 if I absolutely had to pick one. I'm just going to be a lame ass and say, guys, I would be in my rabbit-inspired and rabbit version of either Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, something along those lines where I would move to a new community, whether it is completely rural and I'm just having to build myself from the ground up, or if it was more Sims-like and I'm moving somewhere that has a little bit more hip and happeningness going on. I don't really care what, I guess, the scenario or circumstances revolving around my arriving would be. I guess I would just be more interested and invested in getting to know my neighbors and gardening with my neighbors, going fishing, milking cows, and feeding my chickens, and yeah, I know. That's a fucking lame answer, isn't it? Well, don't judge me, you guys. You asked, so I'm answering. I would absolutely be a part of some sort of life/farming simulator a la Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing. So that's what my lame ass would be in. And our final question, Ms. Rabbit, out of the 3 PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy titles, which one is your favorite? Why do I feel as though this is a total setup? Because I'm pretty sure most people would probably expect me to say Final Fantasy VII. And don't get me wrong, for those of you that love the shit out of Final Fantasy VII, I think it's also an extraordinary game. I had a phenomenal experience when I first played it as a young lass. I was in the 3rd grade, I believe, when it came out. So I have really fond memories of playing through it for the first time and watching my brother and cousin play through it. I do absolutely love Final Fantasy VII, but if I'm being forced to pick which of the 3 PSX Final Fantasies I would absolutely brand as being my favorite and the king of those 3, it would probably be Final Fantasy VIII. I don't know why I have such a strong loyalty to Final Fantasy VIII, because I know it's not the most popular out of the 3 PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies, but there was just something about the fact that it was different that very much resonated with my spirit, and I loved the story much more than I liked Final Fantasy VII's story, or 9's for that matter. And part of it could be that I was older when Final Fantasy VIII came out, so my ability to really appreciate it may have been just a little bit stronger and a little bit higher than it was with Final Fantasy VII. I don't know, but even having recently played through all of the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies within the last couple of years, I just still feel more attached to Final Fantasy VII. I like the characters more, or not Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VIII. I like the characters more. I like the plot more. I just feel like the progression and development was more moving. The love story was so beautiful. I love VIII so much, you guys. But with that being said, I don't think any of the 3 PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies are the best in the series. I personally like Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy V more than I do 7, 8, or 9, but that's just me. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Those are 3 questions, so thank you so much for asking. I hope you enjoyed my, I guess, kind of wishy-washy answers, especially for our first 2, where I was torn between 2 things, you know, both with my favorite foods and the type of video game I'd be a part of, but I don't know. I'm kind of an indecisive person anyway, so if you had asked me this on a different day, you might have gotten a totally different answer. Anyway, thank you for all of your questions. I look forward to reading some more from you, and hopefully by our next questions and answers video, I should have a better setup. Maybe I'll stick with this one if you guys don't mind looking at my couch and the pillows, and if you can see anything else in the background. I'll figure something out soon, I promise. Well, until next time, everyone, take care!